Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Woo! Welcome to part 2 of The Wedding of Ostog the Unslain.
The Deuce.
A special Pathfinder Second Edition preview event here at PaizoCon. How you guys? How's PaizoCon treating you guys? Good? I am your game master and host, Jason Bulmahn. I'm the director of game design at Paizo. And before we get started, thank you.
You haven't been overworked lately, have you?
No, I'm fine. This is great.
No questions like that, Joe.
Yeah, boss, how am I doing? So, before we get started here, I'm going to let we're going to go back down the row, let everybody introduce themselves, and because they're already familiar, or at least should be, go ahead and reintroduce your character. We'll start down at this end with Skid.
Oh.
Yeah.
My name is Skid Maher from the Glass Cannon Network, and my character is Ecthelion, son of Agnor, known as Orphan Puncher.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. All right.
I have a feeling he's going to remind us quite a bit.
Oh, I think it might.
It may come up.
Yeah, it
that
might.
bonus.
I'm Matthew Capitacasa, also of the Glass Cannon Network, and my character is the haunted dwarven barbarian, Pima Shellslider.
I'm Troy LaValle, and I'm playing Chase Cunningham, the half-orc liberator champion.
My name is Joe O'Brien, also from the Glass Cannon Network, and I am playing Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow. Seen sitting atop his trusty steed, Falcon, heading into danger with very little talk and all business. And business meaning missing attacks. And I didn't say yesterday, I forgot to say my actor. He's played by Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Good guess.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
I'm Erik Mona. I am the publisher at Paizo, and I am playing Kernith Theverith, the cleric of Abadar, and the second assistant social secretary to the Temple of Abadar in Absalom. Wedding attendee.
Indeed.
I'm Grant Berger of the Glass Cannon Network, and I'm playing Nero Goodfence, Slayer of Bloodwing, Gambler, he who is reviled for his high die rolls, and Conqueror of Flamingos.
That's, yeah.
Nero Flamingo Bane.
Flamingo Bane.
All right, everybody, we're going to start this game off here like I start off every one of my sessions. When we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, you were attending the coronation of Ostog the Unslain, famed barbarian champion who had just done the ultimate deed in the land of the Lenorm Kings. He had traveled to the far north and slain a Lenorm, one of these gigantic dragon beasts. He had chopped off its head, dragged it back to the capital, and proclaimed himself king. That's how that works there. They had other systems of government that didn't work out, so they decided cutting heads off dragons was the way to go. In this ceremony, you were attending as champions. You were there to participate in the Grand Games, to receive the Champion's Purse by defeating a series of ever-increasing, more deadly monsters. And our game began with you fighting a terrifying Kruth that bit many of you and left teeth all over the place. But in the end, you managed to murder the thing and prevail, making your way up to receive your prize. But that's when the unexpected happened. The Fae began to appear all throughout the stadium, and their queen hovered in the air. She floated up to the severed head of the Lenorm and proclaimed that it was her husband. All Lenorms, you see, carry a curse, and for this Lenorm, its curse was to be married to this Fae. And whoever slew it must in turn be married as well. She floated over to Ostog and plucked his soul from his body. The king fell to the ground, nigh unto lifeless, nearly slain.
Technically not dead.
Technically not dead, yeah. You'll have to excuse Eric squirming. Ostog used to be his old player character. So you were then conscripted by the king's friend to travel to visit the Midnight Court to find answers as to what might have happened to Ostog's soul. The Midnight Court being a place high up in the mountains where 3 Norn were said to dwell. Norn are these creatures that can see the strands of fate, and they might be able to understand what was happening to Ostog and lead you to the means by which you might save him. You raced from the city at once on trusty steeds that you would never abandon or chop up or make into glue. That would never happen. And upon arriving at the high point in the mountain, Troy chopped up his mount and made it into glue.
Yes.
And I didn't put together yesterday. I don't know how I missed it, but he's the paladin.
That's right.
Yeah.
But as we established...
Did we forget he's the paladin?
But as we established, Buttercup Cunningham had a dark past. And so he was ridding the world of future evil that she could commit.
Future horse evil.
Right.
I believe we've also established that he is actually not a paladin. He's a champion.
He's a champion. That is true.
And I believe he's a liberator.
Liberator.
Which
Yeah, that's
means
right.
he's chaotic, so, it goes to show.
I liberated Buttercup's soul from her horse cage.
One of those. It was one of them evil horses.
That's right.
Yeah. So after slaying the evil horse, the party began their ascent into the mountains, trying to make their way to the Midnight Court. There they ran into a frost-covered field where they were attacked by trolls, wherein we learned that Ecthelion decided to kill the oldest troll so as to make the others orphans. That way he could kill them more effectively. Good job, that.
Just on the off chance.
Yeah.
Just had to take the chance.
Yeah. I believe this was after you had camped and were afraid that you were about to be overrun by flamingos.
Yes.
Thanks to the Rangers' incredibly poor rolling. Then, arriving up at the top of the mountain, you had to bribe your way past a frost giant who guarded them, which Arconis did with a powerful magic that made a pile of money appear. What could possibly go wrong there? And had to stay there concentrating on it while the rest went to consort with the Norn. They floated down out of the stars, and you could see them playing with the golden threads between the constellations, and you asked them your question of how you might save Ostog. It was there that you learned that in just under 1 month's time, he would be married in the city of Nithvale. Nithvale being a mystical place, a city that moves around the Grungir forest, appearing only on the night of the full moon, and it moves. And no one knows where it's going to appear, making it almost impossible for you to reliably travel there to stop the wedding. However, the Norn also said that there would be one who would guide you on your path. You didn't quite know what that meant, but the Norn seemed to have little else in the way of news for you on that. They just said that once the marriage had occurred, Ostog would be forever in the Fae's possession, and he would leave this mortal realm behind.
So he wouldn't technically be alive.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, his spirit would be, but his body would start to rot. So I don't know. That's a technicality I'll let you deal with. So from there, you left the court, and as we were drawing close to a close of the session, you ran into a crow on the way down. You managed to talk your way past the frost giant, and it accepted a weasel as payment.
King Wendell the Weasel, long may he reign.
That's right, long may he reign. Yeah, the frost giant was fed up with all of your malarkey, took the weasel, and was just like, yeah, fine, whatever. But on your way down, you ran into a very large crow. It was like twice the size of a normal crow with one red feather on its temple. And it was rather snarky with all of you, and said that if you wanted to find Nithvale, you would do well to seek out... What the hell is that name?
Bolero.
Yes, that is, of course, it. Bolero. And Bolero could be located in Torment's Thicket, a cursed place of ill omen, a respite for those desperately cursed and seeking redemption. Unfortunately, the only way to enter Torment's thicket was to be cursed yourself. And then he flew away. And I believe that's where we left off. So that is almost where we will pick up. Yes.
Quick question.
Yes.
You said just now that the location appears only in the full moon, but I remember from last time that it appears only during the blood moon, and that it was actually about a month until that.
Sorry, it actually appears on the night of the new moon.
The new moon.
I'm screwing up all my moon phases. It appears on the night of the new moon, and it only appears on that night.
Okay.
And that night is about a little less than 3 weeks away. The new moon just happened a few days ago, so you've got plenty of time. Plenty. So we're going to pick up right there where we left off with the 6 of you traveling down the mountain. We're gonna go ahead and cut past that because it's mostly just a cold journey down the mountain at midnight. Perfectly safe. When you get down to warmer climbs, you eventually get down to the point where your horses are.
I see.
And you are all utterly exhausted, so you could either push on or you can get some rest. The clock, however, is ticking. What do you want to do?
I don't know about the rest of you gentlemen, but I'm as tired as an orphan. I say we make camp here, strike out in morning.
That sounds good. I agree.
No arguments from me.
So all of the horses, by the way, are staying away from Chase. They are staring at you very nervously and staying away.
They're like all skittish, their eyes just like looking at Chase. Like,
Mind you,
keep that guy away from
the
me.
corpse of Buttercup, what's left of it, is like 10 feet away. They had to stay here the whole time staring at it.
Would it be ironic if I tried to glue it back together?
With its own glue?
Come on, Buttercup. Wake up. Can anyone summon a phantom steed? I'm going to need to ride on someone's horseback. I thought we all agreed to slaughter our horses.
I'd like to make something clear. Under no circumstances are you to slay Cassandra. My horse.
Yes.
I won't.
I must issue a similar ultimatum. Keep your chaotic good mitts off of Secretary of War.
Forgot that was his name. Perhaps I'll leave now. Begin the descent on my own.
You should probably start walking. We're going to catch up to you soon.
So Chase just starts walking.
All right.
No, I'm good to rest.
All right.
I'm good to camp.
Okay. So everybody breaks out. Your horses had like bedrolls and packs and stuff on them. They packed up your steeds with enough for you to survive out in the wild. Chase kind of wanders off sadly, and like the Incredible Hulk music and credits music is playing. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. You all know which one I'm talking about. And he just every once in a while he kind of looks back over his shoulder, and yeah, there we go. How far do you go, Chase? I'm just curious. Are you just starting out until
I
you fall over?
travel for at least 3 hours, but I stay within 30 feet of the party. I'm just going in a circle. I built into my character that he has a terrible sense of direction.
So do you keep like looking at them forlornly, just like
At least 30 feet away.
They must be following you. So, I mean, that's hopeful.
Right. I feel like I would have made more progress. Yeah, I'll say I never get more than about 50 feet away.
Oh, okay, so you make your way a little ways down the thing just till you're out of sight, basically, and then make camp?
It's more like a protest. Like, surely they'll let me ride down with them. I'll pretend like I'm leaving.
Okay,
I do this all the time.
So, considering how late you guys got back to camp, you do wake up rather late in the day, having gotten a decent amount of sleep. However, your sleep was fitful. You had dreams of the Norn playing with the threads of fate, and all of your threads intertwined, leading towards an uncertain future. But you wake up the next morning refreshed, ready to continue your quest. What could possibly go wrong? You only have to find a place called Torment's Thicket. I'm sure it'll be fine. So, how do you plan to do this?
No idea. I have no clue. I have no clue how to proceed.
None of us have ever heard of Torment's Thicket, have we?
Have we?
If you'd like, you can make a nature check. Do any of you have in your background, because I kind of let you decide where you were from, are any of you from this neck of the woods, as it were?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I know.
I've traveled all over the Northlands, yeah.
All right, so you can give me a nature check or a society check, whichever one you have that's better. Probably nature.
Yeah, nature. That's a 33.
You actually have, not only have you heard of Torment's Thicket, you know exactly where it is
Sweet.
in the Grungir Forest.
Sweet.
That's convenient.
Yeah. So, as a bounty hunter, you once chased someone who was trying to go to Torment's Thicket.
Yes.
But they couldn't go inside because they were not cursed. But you know exactly how to find the place.
Okay, awesome. So Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow will point that way as the crow flies. And we'll... how far is it?
So you're in the southern lands of the Lenorm Kings. So if you want to picture this is on the northern border of Varisia. And there's crazy stuff happening to the south, but up here is still relatively peaceful. The lands you are in are mostly large plains that lead into the mountains here that you've entered. But to the north of you is the very large expanse of the Grungir Forest. It's a very large forest. It's several hundred miles across. And fortunately for you, though, Torment's Thicket is actually pretty close to the southern border, so it's not too hard to reach from where you're at. You're going to wager that the journey there will take, assuming everyone is mounted, maybe 3 days.
Oh, 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chase, would you like to share a horse with me?
I would love that.
I'm but a dwarf. Canon suggests that both a human-sized creature and a dwarf can sit on the same horse. I've seen Lord of the Rings.
Perfect. I shall take your horse and you'll walk.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Come on, Sally.
Don't
Sally forth!
don't kill her.
There is also this curse we must deal with.
Yes,
Obviously, I've been cursed with good looks, so I'll be fine. But what about the rest of you? How will you enter the thicket?
I actually had a thought about that. Well, Ostog the Unslain has a curse, and he achieved that by, killing a Lenorm. So if we can manage to kill a Lenorm, then we should also get a curse, and we could be able to enter the Vale.
His logic is flawless.
And as a bonus, I guess then we might qualify to be our king. Abaddon be praised!
Yeah, we don't really need to save the king if we can just become king.
I think
But how will we decide which of us gets to be the king?
I really think Abadar would appreciate it if we stuck with the existing king and made, sure he didn't die.
I think it should be the one with the best story. That is always the best method for choosing the next king. And who has a better story than Nero Goodfence? I ventured outside the wall for several episodes that weren't recorded in between yesterday and today. And I have returned, your king.
Yes. Yes.
All hail King Nero.
King Chase Cunningham.
Well,
I like the
wait,
sound
what?
of that.
There may alternatively be other ways to get a curse.
That's true.
So I didn't even bring a Lenorm stat block. Anyway, so you're not sure where to even find a Lenorm, but many of them live in the forest. So heading to the Grungir Forest will probably, you'll just probably run into one on the way.
Well, Can I make a religion check, perhaps, to see if there might be alternative ways to become cursed?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do
join
that.
him on that check.
Yes, well,
22.
Ooh, 22 is pretty good. A 28 is even better. You might even say it's superior.
I shall make you first priest when I'm king.
So there are obviously spells and stuff that might make you cursed, but Abadar isn't much of one for granting those sorts of things to you to curse yourself. Messing with the Fae is a very common way to end up cursed, and that is something you are in the process of doing. So maybe it'll all work out.
I rolled
right then.
a nature check.
Sure.
And just out of curiosity, because he knows this area well, and he knows the Grungir Forest, would he know a place that he would stay away from because you get cursed if you go there by Fae?
So funny you should ask that exact question because what did you get?
A 19. I rolled a natural 4.
So you've heard of an area. There is an old crumbling chapel just south of the forest, but you've never been there because you heard it's cursed and you don't go there.
There's a chapel south of the forest. I've never been there because I was afraid I'd get cursed. But now seems like the perfect time.
That must be the spot.
Could only be one spot.
You literally know nothing else about it, though, because you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what dangers we may face, but we shall face them together.
Yes.
Did you say it's a crumbling chapel?
Yes, it's an old crumbling church.
Is it made of stone?
I can't remember.
Yes.
If one were to say have stone cunning, would we know a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I mean, if you
that
get up
is
to it,
preposterous.
if you get up to it and examine it, but
That is the broadest possible interpretation of stonecutting.
to be clear, everybody, this is an ability that dwarves have that allow them to detect traps in stonework, and he's trying to get lore out of it.
That barbarian's as stone cunning as a fox.
I would have seen a lot of stone, and maybe
You do know that some stone can be cursed. Dwarves have certain very specific rituals about certain types of stone where they do weird obeisances around it and slap their heads and turn around 3 times whenever they run into a vein of it while mining.
I think I know how to be cursed around the stone. We just have to slap our heads 3 times and run around it.
All right, so you begin making your way towards this accursed chapel, and that's probably it's a little ways out of your way. It'll probably change your 3-day journey to the Torment's Thicket to 4, because you have to kind of go more north to hit it first and then head west to find it. So the only thing I need to solve before I start having you travel is the fact that Pima is now no longer on a horse, because Chase just took it as part of the sharing, which will slow you down. It will literally double your travel time.
Yes, well, she'll be missed.
Could I? Would anyone mind sharing their horse with me?
Absolutely not.
Do you have a horse?
Would anyone... I wanted to share.
You may take the reins of Julia as long as you agree to a new name for the horse. Not for you, Pima. You are named perfectly.
Thank you. So you're saying I have to rename your horse?
I shall rename it,
Oh, okay.
but you shall christen it with your stone cunning.
I've done this before.
I thought you were referring to Chase's brother, Stone Cunningham. Yes, we shall rename the horse. We shall rename the horse Sarah Jessica Parker. And we will ride.
She might be a Patreon subscriber.
Was. Yeah. She's hitting unsubscribe right now.
Come
All
on,
right.
Sally Buttercup, let's go.
So having solved your horse dilemma, you begin riding to the cursed chapel. The journey there takes about 2.5 days. You arrive 2 days later in the kind of mid-afternoon. And as you approach the place, you notice that sitting atop the crumbling spire of this ancient stone chapel, and to describe it, it is made of giant kind of corroded blocks covered in moss. It looks like it was once a very simple structure, kind of a 4-wall deal with a simple roof made of thatch that has long since collapsed. One end of it had a bit of a spire atop it, but the other end may have had a similar one, but that entire wall is collapsed into the yard. There are old, crumbling tombstones like broken teeth sticking out of the yard. This whole place has an eerie vibe to it. And directly in front of the chapel, so I do want to clarify, all of the graveyard and whatnot is on the other side. Because in front of it, it looks like there is a well. And you notice, as you draw up to it, and you're probably about a quarter of a mile away when you spot this, that atop the spire is a gigantic crow. Mm-hmm. That red feather? It's hard to see from this distance. And as you get closer, it's just kind of sitting way up on the top, just kind of staring at all of you. And as you are now close, you can clearly make out that it has a red feather on one of its temples.
Oh, this guy. You slowly approach on horseback.
It looks down at you. I see that you found the place. I knew you'd come here. Where else would you go?
Couldn't just tell us where it was? Couldn't save us a few minutes?
I'd prefer to watch you struggle. I was kind of hoping you'd go to the wrong place.
I think he gets off on being withholding.
That's not how this works.
What's inside the chapel?
Nothing. It's empty. Long filled with broken stones and broken promises.
What spirits lie within?
Oh, there's none anymore. Not since the high priest killed himself and threw himself down the well.
What's going to happen to Chase when he walks in there alone? Right now.
You could send him in, but I don't think he'll find much of interest.
I'd like to consult with my lawyer. I'm not going in. He has advised against it.
What's at the bottom of the well?
Misfortune. Bad decisions, bad deeds.
Is there a Mr. Fortune?
Good question.
You're the clever one, aren't you?
Not really.
I'd like to check the iconography and stuff of the chapel to see what religion it was based on.
Sure. Give me a religion check.
I too rolled a 4, but I got a 19.
That's enough to identify basic iconography, right? I mean, you don't know much about it, but it does look like it was a shrine to Desna.
Oh.
The goddess of, like, dreams and...
Suicide, apparently.
Well...
Depression.
Yeah, no. Well, you spend a lot of time staring at the stars. Things don't go well.
Oh, well, this was a sanctuary of Desna.
The priest lost his way. And soon you will as well.
Well, that's sort of rude.
But you all look... It looks at you and kind of cocks its head to one side. You all look so... thirsty. And just kind of takes off and flies away.
Perhaps we should drink from the well to receive a curse.
Away with you, bird!
He's already left.
As he's flying away, he kind of looks back over the way and he's like, I'm going already. Don't be a jerk.
Worry not, my friends. I've banished the irksome crow.
You told him, Ecthelion. Hawkraven will approach the well and
Is there any
see
unusual
if it's filled up.
stonework in the well?
The well itself has pretty ordinary... I mean, it's just a stone well. There's nothing really outward special about it. I mean, one of the stones has a little symbol of Desna, kind of a butterfly symbol on it.
That's nice.
No, it's very nice. Yeah, no, But other than that, it looks like a deep well that just over the years, because no one's been using it, right? It's filled with brackish water. The water is about 4 feet below the lip, and is just this calm, black, placid surface. Next to the what's odd is normally if you were to see like a brackish surface of water like this, it'd be covered in like mold and pond scum and stuff like that. There is none of that.
Can Nero cast Heighten Detect Magic on it?
Yeah, sure.
So I'd like to do that, and with Heighten to 3rd level, I'll be able to learn the School of Magic for the highest level effect, if it is indeed magical.
Yeah, you are. You reach out with your senses, and this is one of the things you can do with Detect Magic. It's a cantrip, and as you go up in level, it heightens in power, and eventually it allows you to read spells and the power and the school. You're high enough level to do that, so you are able to read that it has very powerful enchantment magic about it.
Careful, gentlemen. Allow me to shed a little light on the situation. And he grabs a stone, casts light on it, and drops it down the well.
So it hits the water, and you can clearly see that it is indeed water. And the stone kind of travels down, and as it goes down, it looks like the entire well, like a foot below the surface, is just filled with bones.
Oh, Jesus.
Quick question about my character, Jason.
Yeah.
On the character sheet, it says that I have a scroll, but the spells that are on that scroll are not described in the descriptions that you gave.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
So I'd like to know about the 2nd level spell that's called Enhance Victuals.
That makes food taste better.
What does it do for water?
It makes it taste better.
All right, I'm going to get that out.
Yeah, what it can do is it can take spoiled food and make it fresh and eatable.
Right. Presumably would not
edible,
curse
eatable.
water. It would just make it taste like LaCroix.
Yeah, it would taste. Yeah, maybe add a hint of like berry.
Oh.
Yeah,
Let's just call it natural flavors.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
That's what they do.
yeah.
Okay.
I think the only reasonable option is to water the horses and see if they become cursed. Then we will know for sure if this is the right path to take. Sally!
What?
Sally Cunningham, come.
That horse literally looks at you and goes.
It's not the horse's quest, it's ours. We should be the ones who drink.
So there is a rope going into the well. It looked like at one point in time had like a little house above it to keep rainwater and stuff out of it, but that long since collapsed. But there is a rope still leading into the well that might have at one point in time had a bucket.
Can we pull on the other end of the rope?
Yeah, sure. And as you do, you bring it up out of the water, and it's not attached to a bucket. It's attached to a skull.
Oh, wow.
And as you pull it out, the skull is like upside down and filled with water.
I was going to say...
Let's get our Lord Byron on.
Yeah.
You first?
Oh, I don't know about these victuals. I'm going to read that scroll over the... Well, wait, first, before I do that,
Yeah.
is there enough water in the bucket that we could all drink?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's enhance these victuals.
Yeah, all right. So you break out your scroll and,
Yes.
and speak the words from it, and as you do, the scroll crumbles to ash and falls away.
There were
Is
two
the
other
magic-
spells on that scroll.
No, they're on a different scroll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get one. No. Unfortunately, it was in the middle, so the middle. Now you have two pieces. It's
I'll
ruined.
never see invisibility.
Yeah. So you're able to you cast enhance victuals over the water, and for a moment it shimmers and the skull gets less dirty and crusty looking, and you're like, yeah,
Food's up.
the teeth are glimmering.
I'm gonna say a little, not a spell, but like just a prayer to Abadar.
All right.
I might do one other thing too, really quickly. Hold on a second. Sorry, I will cast. Oh no, I won't, because bless is only attack rolls. I'm just gonna drink it.
Okay.
I'll say a little prayer to Abadar, but not like a spell. Just
All right.
A normal prayer, like the kind that don't work.
So you drink from the skull.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Does you all are staring at him, and you're not sure anything's happening. You're not seeing anything happening.
Ooh, it's delicious.
What's it taste like?
Pamplemousse?
Enhanced,
So what it tastes like is really minerally water.
but enhanced.
Yeah, sure. And sorry, a hint of lime. Ooh.
Quite good. I feel excellent. Do I feel excellent in fact?
Sure, let's go with that. What did the rest of you do?
See what the big deal is, frankly.
Pima will drink from the skull as well.
All right. Same thing. It has the big taste of lime. It's enhanced, you see. It's actually got some bubbles, too.
Ooh, it tickles.
Quit bogarting the skull water and give it to me.
All right.
Hands it to the next person.
Hawkraven will take it. Take a sip.
All right.
No fanfare.
Yeah, right.
Let's get this over with.
Effervescent.
It just doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, yeah. Drinking from a suicide priest's skull at a cursed chapel. Delicious. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, I'll grab it and say, Saren Ray, forgive me. And my great-grandmother, Marjorie Cunningham, who I promised I would never drink cursed water from an empty skull for.
Well, that's another promise broken.
So Ecthelion is he's trembling a little bit. And he says, "Friends, I'm sorry. I am afeard, I quail. I am, as I see it, I cannot, for I am already saddled with the worst curse of them all. A world full of children bereft of their natural parents that I must punch into oblivion. Is this not sufficient?" he cries to the heavens.
Are you not entertained?
Is it not enough? No, he takes it and drinks it.
Oh, all right. Okay, everybody.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You drink from the skull, and after the last of you does, you all suddenly double over with cramps.
I expected this.
Oh, dysentery. The second worst curse of them all.
Here in this box are a bunch of curses.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great.
Nice hot ones hot sauce box, Jason.
Oh, yeah, no,
It's not the
I'm a
first time.
subscriber.
So it's not
So-
the first time there's been curses in that box.
No, it certainly isn't.
I didn't see what kind of box it was, but it does say hashtag stay spicy inside.
So, if you could do me a favor and just walk down the row and let everybody pick a slip except Troy.
Except me?
Yeah. Don't read it just yet. Just pick it and look at it. And forgive me for my bad handwriting.
Oh, wait, I got two.
Don't want your cast-offs?
Don't give one to Troy.
What about Sally?
Sally
you leave
refuses to drink from the skull. What are you
Leave
talking
Sally
about?
alone.
Shove it down. You drink! You're a Cunningham, damn it!
Wait, Sally is now too?
Yes, I've adopted her.
Oh, you got to save her from Ecthelion.
To Troy.
This is mine?
Yeah, that one's yours. You get a special one to start. Blame Twitter. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you all now have a curse. The cursed water settles into you, and you feel your guts writhe and rile, and you are now all under the effects of the curse on your paper. Why don't you go down the row and let everybody know what's affecting you?
I'd like to thank you for giving me the coolest sounding curse, Action Curse. It's very active and out there. But it could be bad. It could be great. I get 1d4 actions per combat round. So I can actually get an extra action at times.
And you will always get an extra action.
So
4.
One.
Happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grant Berger.
Yeah, funny enough, that actually came from our lunch yesterday when somebody was like, "Oh no, we're going to get cursed. I hope I get one of those terrible curses that makes me go 4 times in a round." And I'm like, how about a D4? That's a great idea. Eric, what do you got?
Oh, it's a winner. I received the bridesmaid curse. Party animal.
Oh,
not colon party animal. Colon party animal. Oh boy. Okay.
That kind of party. Oh man. Oh man.
It says.
The rest of that is your new outlook on life.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And I am
Save it for the
looking
reception.
forward to it. It says. You just want to get wasted and have a good time. Very Arconith. And I'm not exactly sure how this manifests. I get a chartreuse gown.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, do my normal robes turn chartreuse? Or
Yes,
is
that's
it-
basically what it is.
All right,
Yeah,
so
your
it's not-
clothes turned into a chartreuse kind of gown.
It's not any more sort of effeminate than my normal.
No, it's very fashionable. I mean, for a bridesmaid dress. So, I mean, it's kind of hideous.
Well, I'm not going to worry about it for too long. Who's got the wine? And that's my curse.
Oh, man. I go through these cramps and then come out of it, feel strangely good again for a second. And then I'm just like, is anyone else, like, really goddamn hungry? Oh, my God. I think I had some hunger pangs. I'm starving. And he sits down, squats down, as if this isn't embarrassing at all. Everybody's sitting around. And he just, like my 11-month-old, just starts putting grass into his mouth. I lose the ability to tell what is food and what isn't, and I'm starving.
I think it'd be more fun to not read this horrible thing until the triggering event occurs.
Oh, sure. All right. Yeah, we'll keep that in mind then.
This is just cruel.
Yeah.
And personal. Put that right there.
Blame Twitter. They demanded it. I'm just their humble servant.
I have also been cursed with a bridesmaid curse,
All right, join the party.
but I am the planner.
Unbearable.
I have to plan everything: the party, the music, the flowers. But I also get a chartreuse gown.
They match.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going
mine-
to a wedding.
Is
right.
mine like an off the shoulder?
Yeah.
It's like a halter top. So
Yeah.
like slight differences.
Yeah, a little, but exact same color and kind of similar style.
Okay. Cool.
I also got the bridesmaid curse.
Yay!
To be clear, there's only 3 of them in the box, and there's like 20 in here, and you guys drew all 3 of them to start.
Is this what the Norn were doing while we were messing with them?
Bridesmaid : pessimist. You don't want to do this. It's just going to end badly. This sucks. And I also get a chartreuse gown.
Yeah.
God, so strange.
So they're a mix of mechanical ones and role-playing ones. Enjoy. I'm sure we won't have any more need of this box here
Nope.
for the rest of the game. All right.
Why did you make so many curses, Jason?
I just like randomness. All right, moving on. Yeah. So you all feel appropriately cursed now. You have drank from the cursed well. There's still some water left in the skull if anybody wants some more. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
If you're still
starving.
I am. Did you,
Yes.
Go for it.
Drains it.
Drains it.
Oh, no.
Spilling down. Oh, shit.
I was just role-playing my curse!
My curse is to get more curses? If I get in a chartreuse gown, I'm walking out.
There was only 3. I'm shocked they were all drawn right away.
right away.
Oh, never mind.
Not in my moneymaker. All crits hit you in the face. Causing you to be blinded for one round. Oh, that's bad.
All crits.
All crits.
All crits.
All crits.
Meaning
Even your
his
own.
All crits, even my crits? There's spurting blood hits me in the face. Oh, all crits. Yeah.
So, moving on.
So I'm just going to be blind for the remainder.
Holy shit.
And we'll see how far that goes. All right. So,
We should talk about where we're going to go next.
Does anyone have any alcohol by any chance? Let's get this thing started.
Why bother?
I think we can start. There's a liquor store on the way. Can we? I just want to write down some activities. Maybe we can
Get
play.
it, Pima. You have to control everything.
Listen, I'll designate time for your complaining later.
Let's not complain at all. Let's just get started.
Let's just get wasted.
Come on, it's Ostog's wedding.
so you do know that along the way there is at least one or two small hamlets where undoubtedly there's a tavern that you can stop
Oh,
at.
yes.
All right, I'll start working on the scavenger hunt.
I may have made an error. All right. This was such a funny idea to me yesterday. All right. So you begin traveling, making your way overland. You are now heading towards Torment's Thicket. Along the way, you stop at a tiny little hamlet on the edge of the Grungir forest, where you're actually able to stay at an inn where they have rooms and a tavern and tap room downstairs, and it's called the Graceful Swan.
Do they have penis straws?
That is so funny.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I can't even laugh because that's the funniest thing you've ever said. It's witty, timely.
They do not.
I think Matthew's been to a few bachelorette parties. That's what I think.
Check his bag.
They in fact do not. Yeah, no. They have
Should have planned for this.
They have mugs of ale and mead.
I'll take both. Start it up.
Are you two-fisting?
Yes. Of course.
Maybe I can tear strips from the hem of my chartreuse gown to like wrap up some Jordan almonds or something.
You're trying to make like little party favors?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? All right, yeah.
Love Jordan almonds.
All right. They also have food. They have like some mutton from earlier this afternoon that smells pretty decent, and the staff seems nice enough. So,
I mean, I'll get started on food once I've got a good layer of booze started up.
all right.
Hawkraven will take a mug of ale.
Yeah.
And just pour the ale out and then start gnawing on the mug.
So these are ceramic.
Sorry about your mug. I mean, I'm sorry about your steak. I broke your steak.
Yeah. One of. Yeah, you chipped the
a little
mug,
well done.
and one of your teeth just bounced across the table.
He's got a big gap. He's looking at Chase. Does it look bad? Does it look bad?
I've seen better moneymakers.
All right. You are able to stay at the inn for the evening. We'll, unless anyone has anything particular they want to do, we'll continue on your journey.
I'd like to stay up and play a game where we just where I ask King Ostog's wife some questions, and then we all guess the answers.
to see how well we know King
Whatever,
Ostog?
Pima. You always try to do this every time, and then everybody gets in a fight, and then we're in a rotten mood the next day, and I'm not doing it this year.
Listen, things just aren't going to work out just because. Someone has to make things happen.
Whatever, Pima. Whatever.
I just reach over and grab one of Pima's drinks.
Arconis, you better stop, because you're getting a mess tomorrow.
Maybe we should all be methods.
I'm about to be a mess. I work so hard for you all.
Oh, here comes the breakdown. Like clockwork. Every time. Oh, let me start the timer. You have 15 minutes. Go.
You were such an asshole.
Whatever, Pima.
The staff throws you out.
Can I have that one of the beers? On my
You're actually like on your way out the door, finishing up everyone's
Your road
drinks.
soda.
Yeah. Yeah, you end up sleeping outside. The staff wants nothing to do with you. You are a mess, and they do not want to deal with this.
It's okay. It's okay. I have a contingency plan for this.
Oh, what's your contingency plan? That we all end up sleeping under our horses again, Pima?
Well, I thought we'd look at the stars and talk about our horoscopes.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's the next day. I've gone too far. I guess we're all sons of bitches now.
Well, at least that makes us not orphans.
Yeah. That is fair. All right.
Tragedy averted.
Okay. So you all wake up the next morning. Arconis, you have a raging hangover.
Let's get some hair of the dog.
Hawkraven's a little pissy at Ecthelion because during the night, Pima managed to make everyone break down and play a game, and Ecthelion killed Hawkraven in Fuck, Marry, Kill. So he's still a little bitter about it.
I do not remember that. I got him.
Yesterday, we were so on course. Today, I've gotten through 2 paragraphs.
Plowing through the plot here.
All right. So, about a day and a half later, you continue your travel to the Torment's Thicket. And at the end of that time, in the kind of late afternoon, you've now been traveling for about 4.5 days. So, that timer is getting ever closer to the new moon. You arrive at the bounds of the Grungir Forest. It is a very old and ancient wood filled with gnarled old trees covered in moss. This area gets a lot of snows through the winter, and this forest is one of kind of ancient mysteries. As you ride underneath its old tangled boughs, you find the path that leads to Torment's Thicket. Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow has been this way before. And in fact, when you approach the kind of arched entry, almost like a corridor leading into the woods, you see high up in the tree above you is a crow with its single red feather.
Hello, Crow.
Took you long enough. Did you guys get drunk back there?
I did.
Wow, you're really not taking this very seriously.
We were momentarily distracted by the water in the skull. It's got everyone acting a little crazy.
Oh,
But we're having way more fun.
Yeah, drinking from the skull will do that. But look at it this way. Now you can enter Torment's Thicket and go find
Nithvale.
Bolero.
That's
right.
Right, Bolero.
Whose name I keep forgetting. So
The
I'm gonna write
Wayward
it in
Prince.
big letters.
How about you stop jerking us around and just tell us where he is? We're here. We're close enough. Just point me in the right direction.
All you have to do is go inside Torment's thicket and find him. Should be easy enough.
Torment's thicket's huge. Don't be ridiculous.
It is quite large, you are right. And he is at its heart. Because he was the first.
The first what?
The first to come here.
Did he name it?
Not really. Those who traveled around it named it. For him, it is just home.
What can we expect from him? Is there something we should be bringing him? Does
I don't
he
believe
gifts?
I wouldn't bring him any shoes.
What?
I do have 3 extra pair.
I packed a lot extra just in case. We didn't know what we were going to be doing. We didn't know if we were going to need to have time to run or exercise or
Have a fancy dinner?
have a fancy dinner or go
Plus,
dancing.
you just
or-
know Arconis is going to break a heel and it's going to ask you for one anyway.
That is true.
You are entering the realm of the Fae, and you must play by their rules.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Waving around your sharp little pieces of metal. That's adorable. It won't get you what you want.
All right. I'm not going to keep talking to him. I'm just gonna start
he's
moving
like,
in.
He's like, he does that crow thing where he hangs over the end and kind of looks down the tunnel at you, and he's like, well, I guess I'll be seeing you later. Bye. As you make your way down the tunnel into the cursed heart of the wood. The journey gets real weird. You travel for a few hours, and the twisting, turning path that you are on, it almost starts to feel like a corridor, right? There is clearly a path here, and you're surrounded by very dense foliage that kind of forms walls on either side. It's not quite that way. I mean, if you wanted to, you could probably push off into the woods, but this almost seems like a very navigated path. And for a moment, it felt like you were being turned around, and you didn't know which way was forward and which way was back. The horses got real skittish and had to be not put down.
Did this overpower my spell of no direction?
Would you like to cast No Direction?
I can cast No Direction.
So you cast No Direction, and it's like a compass needle that just spins around. It doesn't give you a good answer.
Yes.
What way's north, what way's south, you don't know anymore.
It's overpowering my magic.
And
Private magic.
you quickly find that you have to leave the horses behind. They can't move forward. They just stop.
Yes.
They can't enter
They're
Torment's
not
thicket.
cursed. If only they'd drunk in that water.
Right.
The horses are mildly skittish. We must slaughter them.
Yes. From what the crow said, it sounds like Bolero needs glue.
Yes. It is a favorite of the Fae.
In Abaddon's name, can we not slay the horses? For I am quite concerned that our friend Hawkraven will eat them.
Oh my God, you just reminded me I'm starving.
You start gnawing on Falcon.
Yeah.
We didn't plan to
Getting
walk
skittish.
to Nithvale. We need the horses, Chase. Okay? They're part of the plan.
Yeah, Chase.
He pulls the bastard sword slowly from Sally's neck. And
Out of her neck? It was already in there?
it was like halfway through her neck. She falls slowly pulls in the hedge and swallows it. All right. Cooler heads have prevailed. The horses shall yet live.
Wait, did you kill the horse or not?
I think I accidentally killed the horse.
I'm going to give that a 50-50. You killed the horse.
The second Cunningham to go in as many days.
Are you putting little horse outlines on your armor to mark your kills like you're a bomber in World War II?
Like stickers on your helmet.
Yeah.
On your helm.
So you leave the other, well, now what, 4 horses behind?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think anyone's going to share
Sally.
a horse with you next time.
Sally.
Sauron Ray told me.
Sally.
All right. So you have You have left the horses behind, and you continue deeper and deeper into Torment's thicket. The wood starts to get like the trees themselves start twisting in ways that almost isn't natural. Like they're curving to one side, then doubling back on themselves. Their leaves are very, very large and very strange colors. They start taking on kind of iridescent hues. And eventually you find that the path leads you to a large kind of open space, a bit of a clearing. Although the trees around you are so large that their canopy still covers above. So you're just in kind of a large forest opening. And as you enter this chamber, you realize that there doesn't look like there's much of a way out. However, very quickly, emerging from the woods are these figures, and they're strange in that you can see right through them, and they start coasting across the ground at you, kind of waving back and forth. And as they get closer, they start to be refined in the shape of like humans and dwarves and farmers and blacksmiths and stuff. There's a bunch of them, and they start screaming, "Release us!" And then they immediately start charging at you with their claws out. Can I get everyone to roll me perception for initiative?
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. Who's got above 30? Anybody? Yep.
32.
32?
32.
Oh.
Which one of you wants to go first?
I don't want you to be angry at me later, so you can go first.
No, please, you go first. Your attack's going to fail anyway.
I got a 30 even.
I'm still trying to decide which one of them is actually going first. I'm going to assume it's Nero, because that was cutting. And then Pima, above 20?
24.
24, all right.
Chase, come on, man.
Hawk,
Sorry.
Raven, Eagle, Crow.
So upset about Sally.
Are you? All right, who's got... all right, the last two of you have below 20?
18 for Arconus.
Yeah.
16.
16.
My God.
It's a little slow today. Got a little cobwebs in the head for something.
It's not every day you accidentally murder a horse. Changes a man.
Most days you do it on purpose.
That's right.
It's one thing to relieve the world of yet another evil horse, but to accidentally kill a beautiful Cunningham.
There are 6 of these.
Oh, boy.
And they're kind of coming at you from all angles, so one is heading towards kind of like each one of you. We're going to start off with Nero.
Question for you, Jason. As a
Yes.
sorcerer, I have signature spells, and I've chosen those, which
Yes.
allow me to heighten them. I cannot cast any other spells heightened, or can I expend a higher spell
All
slot?
the other spells that you have can only be cast at the level that you know them at. But as a sorcerer, you get a number of signature spells. Those you can heighten to any level you can cast.
Understood. Then I will try to... Are they within 15 feet of me, or is there still distance between us?
There's a little bit of distance. They're about 30 feet away.
Okay, I will spend an... I got to roll my die.
Oh, how many
Action
actions do you
curse.
get this round?
3, so I'm
3. Hey,
unaffected
look at
so
that.
far.
Look at that. Perfectly normal.
I'll stride within 15 feet of them and cast Burning Hands and try to encompass as many of them as I can within the blaze.
All right, so you move up, and you can catch 2 of them. The
Okay.
one heading towards you and the one heading towards Arconus, just for ease of tracking.
So that'll be a DC 25 reflex save.
All right.
Typical.
6 points of fire damage.
Classic Dana.
6.
Oh, plus 4, so because of my dangerous sorcery, so 10 total.
Is that plus 1 per level, or is it plus 1 per level of the spell that you just cast?
I believe it's plus 1 per level. The spell's level, you're right.
Yeah, so
7
it's just
points.
1. Yeah, right. They both fail their save, so I mean,
that's
there's that. but because they're ghosts, they take very little damage.
And that is my turn.
All right. That was Nero. Ecthelion.
Ecthelion is going to close on the closest one.
Yeah, there's one that's zooming right up towards you.
Okay, I have to move to get...
Yeah, you're going to have to spend a move. They haven't gone yet.
So he moves up, and he says, like, whatever, ghost! And he does flurry of blows.
Release me.
Oh, I'll release you, all right. I'll release you from your contract on not sucking or... Shut up! 12 to hit? I mean, sorry, 22 to hit.
I was like, 12.
Yeah, plus 12.
No, that's not going to do it. 22 will hit.
Yes, okay, great. So that is 5 points of damage.
So your fist goes just right through it.
It is magical.
No, I know.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, your fist goes right through it and doesn't seem to hurt it.
I knew it. This isn't even working. Our quest is vain. It's going to swing again. That is a 28.
28 will hit.
3 points of no damage. And one more time.
You do have a damage bonus, right?
I do. It's +1, right?
Should be listed under your attack.
Yeah.
All right.
And the last attack is a 26.
26 will hit.
5 points of damage.
Yeah, your fists just keep going right through the ghost, and it's like, release me, and you're not hitting it.
Okay.
Yeah. That was Ecthelion. Pima.
Pima, seeing Ecthelion's ineffectiveness against these incorporeal creatures, will say, How may we release you? How may we help?
They just keep chanting, release us.
Okay, I'm going to try. Can I try to do an intimidate check to kind of scare them away?
You can try, yeah.
I will rage.
Okay.
As my second action.
Yeah.
Or my first action. And then I will attempt an intimidate check.
Okay.
While raging.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a 30.
The ghost is like, damn, all right, fine. And just kind of it backs off a bit and is just staring at you from the forest.
Back off! I worked very hard to get here and make sure everyone's having a good time. This is not the time for you to come and ruin our day. I asked how we could help and you said nothing. We're trying to help you.
God, Pima, chill.
Jeez, just calm down. The ghost is just like, calm down.
Pima, you're scaring them.
All right, so the ghosts go, and each one is going to charge up to the person nearest it, except for the one near Pima. That one's not interested. It's just like, well, I'm just going to be over here. It's kind of. He's just over near the forest, just kind of looking at the tree, going, "Oh, these are nice trees." All right, so we're going to start down at the end. Each one of them needs to move up. So the one moves up to Nero and then attempts to touch you. Armor class 30.
You've hit me.
All right. Ooh, 14 points of damage. Ah! Yeah, its hand just passes like right through your clothing and stuff, and you can feel its cold touch hit your flesh. That was its second action. Third action, it's going to try again, and it misses. Then one comes up to Arconis, and it's going to attack as well. Ooh, 31. Assuming that's going to hit.
That is, in fact, a critical hit.
Oh. Ooh. Oh.
Oh, it's a critical hit. Does it hit him in the face?
No, because it's not in reach. Just like transfer all crits to him. Yeah, no. Take 14 points of damage as the hand freezes your flesh.
Well, the good news is I am feeling no pain. Somebody
filled up his wineskin from the all sorts jug at the inn. The ghost will then attack you a second time with a armor class of 24.
Ow!
Ooh.
I mean, theoretically.
Take 11 more. The next ghost goes charging up to Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow. Sorry, I had
Nailed
to
it.
double check there. Yeah,
Nailed
got it. Yeah, right. It goes running up to you and is like, release me. And then it attacks you. Armor class 23, I think, is going to miss.
Yeah, miss.
Yeah. Second attack is even worse. All right.
Sweet.
The next ghost goes charging up to Chase. Armor class 29.
That's a hit.
That is a 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then attacks again with a nat 20. So that is going to be a...
My poor face.
I have to make sure it still hits. Okay. So let's see. That's a 28. Does a 28 hit you?
Hits exactly. And something happens.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
So the last couple days since we've been traveling, since we drank from the skull, Chase has been wondering why he feels great while everyone else doesn't. When the ghost critically hits Chase, he's still thinking that. And he dies.
What?
He dies on the spot after being critically hit by a monster.
Troy,
He just falls over dead.
He's dead.
Thanks,
Yet
Twitter.
another Cunningham lost. Oh, no. 3!
well, we solved the problem of being short a horse.
That's some decent planning. All right, let's move on. Pima, one of them.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's right. Yours stands over near the tree, being like, "So are we cool? Or are we? I just I mean, you could release me if you wanted, but I'm.
Ow!
I just wanted you to free me from my curse. Nobody seems to be able to.
Why are you asking me?
Stop yelling! And then the last one attacks Ecthelion. It is already up adjacent to you, so it's just going to attack 3 times. Armor class 28.
It's a hit.
Armor class 25.
Hit.
All right, the last one's definitely going to miss. Hit you twice. Its hands reach out, pass through your robes, dealing you 4 points, or sorry, your gown. 4 points of damage, and then 6 points of damage, because I rolled terrible. All right.
Ow, lay off, ghost.
All right. Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow.
Oh, boy. This is... He knows there's nothing that he can do to damage these creatures, correct?
Well, I mean, you can try attacking them. You do have magic weapons. They're ghosts. I don't know. You can do whatever you want.
But, I mean, he saw Ecthelion and it... nothing
yeah,
happened.
his fist just did go right through it. That is true.
Yeah. And I don't have religion.
You do not have religion.
A true shame.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No. You know what? I'm a clever improviser.
Ah. And what does that allow you to do?
Go on.
I beg to differ.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is not Joe O'Brien. You've learned how to handle situations when you're out of your depth. You gain the untrained improvisation general feat. In addition, you can attempt skill actions that normally require you to be trained, even if you are untrained. So I can give it a shot.
You can give it a shot, yeah.
Come on, Nat 20. Nat 5.
Ghost flamingos.
All right, so Chase goes down. He's dead.
Oh, yeah. Totally dead.
He's riding the buttercup in the sky.
I like how now it's like one of those carnival rides that you put a quarter in and you just
staying in one place.
All right, I'm going to try to reason with them.
Okay.
So he's just gonna say, if you kill us, you'll never be freed. We seek to destroy that which traps you here. Amyanir. She holds your soul under her power. We've come to destroy her.
Our curses brought us here. She did not.
But if we kill her, I know you'll be free. I know it in my bones.
The ghost is like, really? I thought we were just cursed to live here forever.
Why were you cursed to live here forever? Answer
First
quickly.
of all, give me a diplomacy check to see if it's even trading with you. You know what? I've gone too far. Give me a check.
God damn it.
This is one of your actions, by the way. Or this is your second action since you've
Second
tried
action,
to,
trying again.
to think. Yeah.
10.
The ghost flips you off.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's like, screw you, we're cursed. You suck. What's with that name anyway? Ugh.
Oh, man. Okay.
I thought I was cursed.
I'll just take a step away from it.
Okay, you're just
Yeah,
trying
2
to
actions. I have 1 action left, so I don't have my melee weapon. So
You complained about not attacking until the 3rd round yesterday, and look at you, just stepping away.
yeah, I don't have a weapon in my hand that I can.
Arconus. Instead of stepping, you could draw a weapon if you wanted.
Well, I have my bow out, but
all right.
if I try to shoot it right there, it could provoke a reaction, and I just don't.
It could if it has one.
Right. Some people don't have them. Right.
That is correct.
All right. Oh, what's the penalty for the
what?
longbow, like point blank?
Oh, are
The
you
volley
within the
penalty.
volley range?
Yeah.
It's a penalty of 2.
-2 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll take 1 shot at it. Does it provoke?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a ghost farmer.
Oh, yeah.
Who's cursed to always cough up chicken feathers. That's why he's here.
That is a 33.
All right, O'Brien.
That's a critical hit.
So you blind yourself.
I blinded myself. I lost my die.
So deal damage to him normally.
Okay. Does he take precision damage, or are they immune to that?
He is immune to precision damage, but
Okay.
he's not immune to critical hits. You hit him right in the middle of his ghost junk.
Okay. So my normal damage is 10.
10.
it's
So you do 20.
Yeah.
Some of that gets reduced. That looks like it hurt him pretty bad.
Okay, awesome.
And as you pull back and let go, the cord just like slaps you in the face, and you are blinded for 1 round. All right. That was Hawkraven Eagle Crow.
It's just such a smooth ranger.
You're the best.
Found out about those flamingos.
Yeah.
Pulls a bow.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the best. All right. Arconus.
My understanding, based on your description, is that these ghosts sort of swarmed us essentially when we
Yeah.
came in. So I assume we're all fairly tightly packed.
Yeah, you're pretty tightly packed
Did you say
around
within
them.
like a 20-foot?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, to you ghosts, I say, it's going to get very difficult for you. And for my companions, I sure hope you've been listening to my religious lessons. I cast Divine Wrath.
Oh,
Pretty
boy.
much ground zeroed on the party.
Oh, my.
Here's how that's going to work. It's a 20-foot burst. I channel the fury of your deity against foes of opposed alignment. Choose an alignment your deity has, so I'm going to choose good.
Okay.
You blah 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 blah. The spell gains the trait of the alignment you choose. You deal 4d10 damage to the alignment of the alignment you choose. Each creature in the area must attempt a Fortitude save. Creatures that match the alignment you choose are unaffected. So any of my allies who are good
Yeah.
are unaffected. Those who neither match nor oppose the alignment treat their saving throw as 1 step more successful. So if you're neutral, for example, and you're not quite listening to what I'm trying to tell you about Abadar, my good interpretation of Abadar's faith, you're gonna suck it up. So anyway, I'm gonna roll 4d10, and you got to roll a Fortitude.
Is anyone
save.
here not good?
I'm neutral.
Oh, well, that means you need to save as well.
As this blasts off, Arconus smiles with a little bit of self-satisfaction.
Fortitude save, you say?
Yes, a fortitude save, and the number you are shooting for is a 25.
Does 34 work for you?
It works great for me. Does it work for you?
25.
That's good.
Yes. I got
Okay.
28.
Okay, so everyone who succeeded that, who would be affected by it, because it will be treated as a critical success, you're unaffected.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, great.
So did anyone fail on our team?
No.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, great. Then you take 26 points of damage.
So it's 26.
Yeah.
Okay. So the ghosts that fail take
Good.
26. Good damage.
good damage.
And the ghosts that crit fail,
If they fail,
of
they
which
take-
there are 2,
Sweet.
they're going to take 52.
Okay, that's delicious.
Yeah.
A couple other little factoids
Yeah.
that might be of interest. If you fail, you take full damage and you're sickened 1, if you're still alive. And if you critically fail, you take the full damage and you're sickened 2. While it is sickened, it is also slowed 1. So you don't actually take double damage for that one.
Oh, all right.
I got what
Okay.
you were thinking. But they are sickened 2 and slowed 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Be
Gotcha.
praised.
Can they be sickened?
They cannot. No. Wait.
And then-
no. Yeah, they can. All right. Yeah.
Cool.
They got ghost nausea.
Awesome. And then with my third action, I'm going to take a swig off my wineskin.
Cool as a cucumber.
Never too early to celebrate.
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. All right.
I like that.
So
Is that the
a
Wisconsin
bunch of
state motto?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. So a bunch of the ghosts get torn apart by this, but they are still all here. But some of them look like they're just faint wisps now. They're almost completely gone after that blast of Abadar's dictum crosses over them. They hear the law and order and goodness of Abadar, and it smites them.
I'm not really sure Abadar's good, but I am good.
Yeah, fair enough. Is that it? That was, what, 2 of your actions? Was that all?
Yeah, no, the third action was to drink the wine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Chase.
So Chase is walking through the boneyard, leading 2 horses behind him.
Is it really only 2?
Sally and Buttercup Cunningham.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a host of horses.
It's like the Dothraki horde.
The horse lord. Yeah.
He's just walking through and he yells over to someone, "You there, boy! Do you know where I can find a Marjorie Cunningham? I must apologize to her for something I did on Galarian. I promised I would never drink out of a cursed skull, and I did. I think that's why I'm here. Come, Sally, Buttercup.
You'll find her up in Pharasma's Grace.
All right. Which way is that?"
Points to the giant spire of bone. And then your turn starts.
And then I come back to life. My curse was if a monster crit kills me and a crit fumble kills me, but I come back to life next turn. But I still will die every time that happens. For 6 seconds.
Going all Edge of Tomorrow on us. Yeah. Keep waking up. God damn it!
He lives!
I wake up, I stand up, first action. Second action, pick up my sword. And then third action, move to close on the nearest fey creature.
So I'm gonna keep a tally of how many times you get killed on the cover of my printout of the core rules here. That's 1. All right. So you wake up from the boneyard. You are prone because corpses don't stay standing. So you are laying flat out on the ground. The ghost is still above you. What do you do?
Oh, there's a ghost right next to me.
Oh yeah, it's still there.
All right.
It looks down and it's like, whoa.
Perfect. So first action, grab sword. Second action, stand up. Third action, swing.
All right. Yeah, great. Do it.
If they don't have a reaction to any of
They
provoked.
don't. No, they're ghosts.
Crap. 20?
Hit. I'm a
20's
ghost.
hit?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. We'll say that was two-handed. So that's going to be 13 plus. All right, so here's a question. Do you remember last night I told you that I would start my day with a ghost touch weapon? Do you remember me talking about that?
No.
I feel like I
can't
talked
remember
about that
anything
with
from
you.
last night.
I know that you have the ability to have one of those features.
Well, that's
I remember
the thing.
you talking a lot about returning.
Yeah, I really wanted to start the day with a returning weapon. So I have this power that allows me during my daily preparations to, give my blade either the disrupting, ghost touch, returning, or shifting property. Don't you think I would have been like, oh, I should probably give it ghost touch today? I feel like I would have done that. I feel like that's something Chase would have done.
Pull a block from the Jenga tower.
Hey, Troy, stay in your lane as far as trying to optimize your character. Yeah. That's my game.
Otherwise, it's just 19 points of regular damage.
I'm going to just roll this die, and if it comes up a 1, we'll say sure. You decided on the ghost touch.
Is it D20?
Son of a bitch.
Chase Cunningham.
Jason, Joe wants his die back.
Yeah. To be clear, it was a D4. I didn't roll a D20. It was a D4, but I was like, I'll give you 1 in 4 chance. And that bit me in the ass. All right, so your sword slices through the ghost, and it vanishes. It's gone.
Yes.
It just disappears.
One down. Not unlike a horse.
All right. Top of the order, Nero.
Let's see how many turns I get. 3 unaffected. I will take.
This is his curse. By the way.
I'm working here. What do you want? All right.
To be fair, he could have rolled a 4 and didn't. So
It's true.
Sounds like a curse to me.
That's fair.
Can I stride and move in a way that I have multiple ghosts in a line for a line of effect?
I'd say that you can spend an action and line up 3 of them.
All right. Then you see electricity crackling from Nero's robes as he casts lightning bolts.
Yeah. Lightning bolt. All right.
So it's just basic reflex. DC 25, 4d12 damage. Damn. 17 points of electricity damage.
All right, so I have one that failed.
All right.
I have one that succeeded. And I have one that crit succeeded. So he's going to take nothing. Dances out of the way. It's like Ghostbusters.
I ain't afraid of no
dancing
ghosts.
out of
And then
the-
he spends his
Yeah.
final action to cast Magic Missile on the one that he
You had
missed.
to move first, so
Oh, you're
lightning bolt
right.
is costing you 2.
Did
So
I,
yeah,
did I
you're-
say I rolled a 3? I rolled a 4.
no, you rolled a 3. That's what you said, and I'm not going back on it.
You know,
so,
if you roll a 1 on a die, I think I get 4.
that is not how that's weird. I don't think dice work that way. All right. So Nero, you go and blast a bunch of these ghosts. They look in really bad shape. As a matter of fact, almost all of the ghosts now look barely even visible. Ecthelion.
Can I do just a perception check to see if there's anything in the area that would trigger something that they want to be released? So anything that would kind of make sense for that to happen.
Give me do you have religion?
I don't.
Do you have a cult?
I don't. So
Then
instead,
no.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to
You
do
have
a
no way of knowing. You're like, I don't know what do ghosts want.
what a ghost wants. I'm gonna do a diplomacy check instead.
Okay, sure. You're going to try and talk to yours.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like, hold up, wait, stop. You keep saying, I want to be released, but we don't know what that means. So you better come clean. Because you already killed my friend Chase, and if you keep trying to kill us, someone important could be hurt. So, just be plain. Tell us what you mean. How do we release you?
Give me a diplomacy check.
Ooh, 29.
Oh, there you go, bud. Free us from our curse.
All right. And I'm going to punch it. First attack is, that's a 31 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. God 6 points of damage.
Ooh, that actually hurt it a little.
Oh, all right. And then for your blows, second attack, that is a 28.
Hit.
There we go. That's 13 points of damage.
It vanishes.
Okay. All right.
You pull your fist out of it, and it has like ectoplasmic resin on it that is slowly fading away, and the ghost fades from view.
Someone blows his nose, and you want to keep it?
Pima.
Is this what you want? Is that what you want?
No, I told you. I thought we were friends now.
You want me released or not? Pima will walk up and strike at.
What?
There goes.
My God,
I just
Pima.
want to be free of my curse. What are you doing? Ow!
33 to hit.
That's a crit.
Yeah.
28 points of damage.
The ghost is just like, what are you doing? And you can see the like pick going through its ectoplasmic skull, through its ectoplasmic brain. It's just like, and
You
it's
have
just
to
gone.
learn to communicate better if you want to get what you want.
All right, so that was one of your actions. What else would you like to do?
Is there another one within reach?
No, you'd have to probably move like twice to get to one. They're all on the other side.
So I have 2 actions left?
Yeah.
I'll sudden charge another one.
Oh, you son of a... Yeah, all right, go ahead.
25 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah.
19 points of damage.
That was the one in front of Hawkraven. It's gone. Just this pickaxe comes out of nowhere, slams into it. All right. It is the ghost's turn. The one in front of Nero attempts to touch you.
Oh, no.
Or the one that you ran away from, it follows you and attempts to touch you. That's going to miss, and it'll miss again. So it had to move to get to you and misses twice. Tries to touch you, but you're just too nimble. Then, last but not least, the one in front of Arconis attempts to touch him. No. Oh, no. Come on, dice. No. It's just touching left and right, but it just can't manage to connect. Your gown got in the way. It keeps like grabbing all of the voluminous fabric and is like, whoa. Wait, where are you under this damn thing?
Just twirling around.
Yeah. At the end of the ghost's turn, 4 ghosts begin to rematerialize on the edge of the clearing.
All right, well, that didn't work.
They're not fully rematerialized yet. It looks like next round they will be rematerialized.
Are they the dwarves and the characters we've seen, or
The exact same ones.
so none of them are horse ghosts?
You do not see a horse ghost.
Buttercup, is that you? No. Figment of my imagination.
As they begin to re-manifest, you see up in the boughs of the tree, you see that large crow. God. I told you had to play by their rules.
Son of a bitch.
It's not funny, crow.
And I'm blind, so I can't see where he is. I'm like, looking around, I can hear his voice again.
Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow.
My turn.
It's your turn.
I'm going to try to fire in the sound of the crow's voice.
You're going to shoot at the crow.
Yes.
All right.
I'm blind and like pissed.
Yeah. No, this is going to go really well. Go ahead and make an attack.
What's the penalty for blind? Is there plenty penalty to hit? Or
I got it. Just go ahead and make the roll.
that is a 23.
All right, so he starts aiming his bow up in the air and firing arrows up into the tree. That doesn't hit. So,
I'm just gonna hold.
yeah,
I'm gonna wait it out so the blindness is over.
Arconis.
Well, I've been reviewing my rule sheet here, Jason, and I regret to inform you. I think I might have made a mistake on that last spell. The Divine Wrath, it says you have to use an alignment that the your deity has, and I think Abadar is lawful neutral. So
He is,
would I have had to have? I know.
Oh,
he is.
yeah,
So
that's
would
fair.
would I have had to make that lawful instead of good, even if he can make lawful good?
Yes, but we won't retcon it
okay.
right
But I
now.
know
We'll just
people
do
might
it
be
right in the
listening and
future.
trying to get the
Yeah.
rules,
No,
and I
that's
wanna
fair.
make sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's fair.
So with that in mind, let's do something simpler, and let's do a 3-action healing channel that will target living and undead creatures in the area. The undead get a basic save, and it's 21 points.
That's great.
And you guys get healed for that as well.
And both the ones that are over fighting Nero and Arconis get obliterated by that.
Nice.
I'll drink to that, except I can't because I used all my actions.
You're staring down at the cup that's in your hand, and you're like, soon.
I think they're coming back.
Chase.
All right, I'm going to roll a knowledge religion, specifically trying to think about if there's a way we can release them without
Yeah, go ahead.
attacking them. Okay, 25.
Okay, so you the one thing you know about ghosts, because you've made so many of them over
Right.
the years,
And I've been one.
is,
also
is
been
that
one.
a ghost cannot rest until the thing that caused it to become a ghost is undone or fixed. And all of these ghosts appear to be cursed. These are curse ghosts. So you need to remove their curses from them.
Right. Free action talk.
Yeah, sure.
Arconis,
Yes?
do you have the ability to remove curses?
That'd be a great spell for Jason to have given me, but no.
Yeah, I didn't give him that. Come on now.
Well,
The box says no.
No, don't.
well, what are other ways we can remove curses? Is there something in this area?
The ghost that is nearest you that is reforming is just like all of them are moaning, release us, help us.
What if we were to burn the forest down? Since they are trapped in the forest.
Adventurer logic.
Are they? We don't see bodies laying around or graves.
No,
There were graves back at the chapel.
there were, but that's days away.
That's days away. So they want to be released. Are they undead?
Yeah.
Oh.
The ghost is screaming, please help us. Will you help us?
I have a lore that might help later on, Troy, if you can't figure out anything.
Yeah, I mean, jeepers. I wonder if I go over to it and like lay hands on it as if to say.
You begin to approach it, and it's not fully rematerialized yet, but it's becoming rematerialized. And it just says, will you help us? Will you help us? Release us.
Yes. We'll do anything.
It holds out its hand.
Shake it. We have made a deal with the Fae. You seem like a cool guy. May we long be together as friends, the Fae and the Thunder Company. This one's called Wizard Maggots. Whenever you roll an odd number, take that much damage as tiny maggots burrow out of you.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait. The maggots also have my face. The face.
Why are we being cursed by your curse?
I know, that's...
I knew he was cursed with handsomeness, but this is too much. All right. But have I released?
That's only on a D20, by the way.
It's only on D20, but
Yeah.
I'll take a D20's worth of damage.
Well, don't roll a 19.
Yeah, I was going to say. I can't help it. Okay, so after I take his curse of wizard maggots from him.
He suddenly his features change. Instead of being this terrifying specter raging out of the forest, he returns to being like the good Force ghosts at the end of Star Wars.
Right.
He turns back into just an ordinary farmer, and he says, "Thank you. and he just fades into the ground.
Okay.
The other 5 are all like, release us, release us.
Chase, that was great work. Can you do that for the other 5?
I still have 2 actions.
I don't know how you did it, but you have to keep doing it.
They seem to like you, Chase. It's probably because you died, so you're like kind of like on their level.
Yes.
Like you have a connection with them. I think that's why it's
You've
working.
crossed the void.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I do feel a kinship with them. All right, come to me, Faye. And I'll grab 2 more hands with my other 2 actions. Let's keep them coming. I'm 1. I must expiate my sin of horsicide. Horsicide.
Equicide.
I've taken 2 more curses.
So the other 3 are not approaching him. They are approaching others. And you guys are kind of grouped up. So who's going to shake a hand?
Hawkraven will shake a hand.
No?
Just get it over with.
This is terrible. They like stack. This will happen, and then I'll die.
Who else? Hawkraven will? All right.
I'll take
Pimma will
one.
do it as well.
Well, Pim is doing it. I'm doing it.
There are only 3 left.
Yeah.
This is so great.
What? No, I didn't know it was going to turn out like this.
This is real bad.
I like the 2 of you down there are like, oh, yeah, no, that's really bad for you guys. Bye.
I've been drinking a little bit. I don't want to, along with.
All right. So what else do folks got?
Well, I'll go. I just have a series of role-playing ones, man.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So I'm starving all the time, and now everything, and I do mean everything, is green.
So he turns green from head to toe.
I'm just
Everything you have is green. Everybody you see is different shades of green. Everything is green.
I'd like to point out chartreuse is a shade of green.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Green. You have the curse of green.
Yeah. This one is called Magical Slumber. You fall asleep at the start of combat and whenever healed. Exclamation point.
Mine is Fey Helper, in quotes. A tiny brownie constantly appears to help you, ... constantly.
The moment you shake that hand, this brownie appears, and it says, I see that you're trying to take a curse. Is there anything I can do to help with that? No? Would you like to engage the search function? I can tell you more about the various types of curses.
I'm good. No, I'm not typing a resume. I'm not typing a resume.
Would you like to use a template?
No, I don't want to use a template. I'm literally just making notes.
I've installed the template.
I don't need the... God damn it, I don't need the template.
I've overwritten your files. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Thanks, Clippy.
I was just going to call that one Clippy. All right.
So, in addition to
Troy, how you doing down
in
there?
addition to a crit or a crit fumble killing me, and wizard maggots growing out of my face on every odd number that I roll, I also
please.
got 9. Whenever I roll a 9, it's a crit failure, which then kills me.
And you take 9 points of damage.
And maggots will roll out.
And I take 9 points of damage. And maggots grow out of my face. And this one is just fantastic. It's called Fourth Wall of Force Breaking.
Oh, no.
And so I'll do this one out. At the end of your turn, a narrator tells everybody about what just happened. So after Chase shakes the hands of the Fae, you just hear like, they always said Chase Cunningham was a selfish man. But as legend tells it, that day, he became selfless. And then he would go on to be King Chase Cunningham.
So as the last of the ghosts fade away, opposite you, opposite the way that you came in, a passageway opens in the forest. One just kind of appears. It may have been there the whole time, but you just weren't able to see it. Such are the games that the Fae play. Until you play by their rules, you don't get to advance.
Can I do, just in case we encounter any more Fae, can I use my games lore to see if they have any other rules that might exist in this forest that we might need to play by in the future?
Go ahead and give me a games lore check.
All right, nice. 26.
So the rules will change all the time. That's the only constant among the Fae. But once you figure out what they are, like you should be able to, get along. They won't always block your way. They won't always it's just they're capricious and tricksters. So, nothing is quite what it seems. That's kind of it, though.
No, but that's perfect info to go forward with.
So, up ahead, there is this passageway, and it is literally the only way to go because the way that you came from now appears to be gone. You don't know where that is anymore. But you're able to make your way forward, and the winding path through Torment's thicket takes you deeper and deeper into the woods. But soon, far ahead in the distance, you can hear the sounds of laughter, mirth. You can hear a lute being played, and possibly a harp along with it, and there's some singing, and as you get closer, you can hear the sounds of mugs clanking together and people dancing, and
we found the party.
And
because someone else planned it, it's fine.
Well, it's probably going to suck anyway. So let's just go around.
Thanks, Thickthallion. Thanks.
Whatever.
So
I was legitimately saying thanks.
Whatever.
As you now begin to rush through the forest, especially the bridesmaids, it seems.
I just hike up my skirts and.
And I'm starving. So I'm like,
well, on the upside, everything is green.
yes.
Yeah, everything
that's gotta
is
be
just
so
different.
nauseating.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it makes it really hard for you to move effectively without tripping over things. Everything's different shades of green, but it's all green.
So bizarre.
Everything. And for the rest of you looking at him, he is green from head to toe.
Oh, so to other people, I appear
You are
green.
also green, yeah. So you begin making your way through the woods, and eventually you come upon this gigantic clearing. And it seems like there are literally hundreds of passages in the forest leading to this clearing. And in the center of it is a building I would describe as like a gigantic inn or tavern. It's a large wooden structure. It is, it's got stone masonry for about 3 feet, and then above it, it's kind of the wood posts with white plaster between them, going up to a thatch roof. But a lot of it's open. It doesn't look like parts of it are kind of closed off, but other parts just don't even have windows. They just go inside, and there's ways that you can walk in. It's kind of like an outdoor beer garden kind of thing. There's ribbons and streamers all over the place, and out in the yard there's satyrs playing lutes, and there are all these people here, and you see more come all the time from the forest to join in the festivities that are happening here at the fest hall, which is what it says on the sign, the fest hall. Not that Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow can read it because it's all green.
Arconith has read quite a lot over the years, and I would like to make an occultism check to see if he's picked up anything, like maybe a warning about not to eat food provided by fairies for any particular reason.
You can make me an occult check for that.
Great. I got a 13.
No, you think it's fine.
Could I do
I'm thirsty. I just
Could I roll a lore cooking check?
Ooh.
Sure.
Ooh.
You're going to have to roll real damn high, though.
23.
Yeah, you know that cake? It looks like they may have put a little bit too much flour in it. It looks a little dense.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a serious problem.
I'll go for the croissant.
So to be clear, the tables are piled with food. There's roast mutton. There's cakes. There's pies. There's furniture that looks like a sandwich to Hawk, Raven, Eagle, Crow. But for the rest of you, there's servants walking around dumping, just like they're carrying pitchers of ale and they're just filling up everyone's mug and everyone's having a mirthful good time. And as you make your way up, as I'm assuming you are doing,
With haste.
there is a doorman. It's more like he's the one at the edge of the there's like a stone wall that kind of rings the place, and he's kind of at the edge. And he says, as you come up, the doorman, who is a minotaur.
Oh.
So the top of him is a bull. His arms and legs are that of a man, and he has an axe, but it is like leaning up against the wall, and it looks like it's covered in moss, like he hasn't had to use it in a long time. And he looks at you and he goes, "Ha ha ha, friends! Welcome to the respite. Do you wish to be free? Do you wish a moment of relaxation? Do you wish peace?"
We want to party.
He pushes open the gate.
I walk right through.
Do the wizard maggots come out during skill checks?
Whenever you roll a d20.
I do nothing.
Don't even do perception, just like eyes downcast. I'm not looking at anything.
Arconis, we can party, but we have a very tight itinerary. We have to move on to the next leg.
Oh, Pimba.
So do you all kind of go inside? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get in there before Arconis drinks all the Malbec. Step aside, Bull.
I'm going alphabetically, so you have some time.
Okay.
So you make your way inside, and despite how busy this place appears to be, I mean, it's packed. There's people everywhere. There is a table with 6 chairs in it, sitting right in the middle.
Well planned, Pimmer.
I didn't know I was that good.
You found the perfect place. So, yeah, I'll sit down.
Yeah.
I'll sit down at the table.
Oh, the moment you sit down at the table, servers start busily coming out from all corners to put food on the table, and flagons, and wine, and ale, and mead, and cakes, and pheasants, and buttered beans.
This is so wonderful.
so
I could
much-
never leave.
So much green meat. I just start eating all green birds and green steak,
Sure. So
green oranges.
you reach forward and take a bite.
Glistening green orange juice just running down my mouth.
As you take your first bite, you are no longer green.
Ooh.
None of your curses are affecting you.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right.
After we eat the food.
That happens to him after he eats food. None of the rest of you have done so yet.
I eat. I look for a fresh piece of horse jerky.
Yeah, whatever.
That's really the secret. Your favorite meal is
horse.
Hardtack.
That's what this all comes down to.
That's the other Cunningham family business. They have a conglomerate. They do glue and horse jerky so they can make use of the full animal.
Yeah.
Our motto is use all of it.
So you grab a piece of meat and take a big bite, and all of your curses stop affecting you. Now don't get rid of them. Just hold on to them.
Now you're cursed, Jason.
I sure am. I got to be here tomorrow too. All right. So, what about the rest of you?
Pimo will eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you begin feasting and enjoying the food, and your curses stop affecting you. So, like, even, like, to be clear, the chartreuse gown is still there, but, like, the compulsion to plan and do that just fades away.
Well, I kind of like my cage now, so the gown is fine.
Yeah, all right. That's fair. Do the rest of you eat?
I want to run a quick, just play by their rules, play by the rules. I want to know if, like, I'll upset them if I don't eat or if there's any, like, part we should be playing in this. It all seems too convenient to Nero. 24.
Nothing comes without a price.
Oh. I'm pretty good with my die rolls, so I'm going to keep that old action curse.
All right. So you do eat, or
I
you
do
don't?
not eat.
You do not eat.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want.
You've got a big flagon of
Yes, there's plenty of alcohol.
ale
Yes.
right in front of
I
you.
don't want to soak it up with the food, so let's get started with a nice lining of alcohol.
Oh yeah, good way to start. So you just start chugging, and halfway through, your curse stops affecting you.
Oh, I'd like to look down.
Yeah, all your food's still there. It still
No,
looks
no.
delicious, and
Look past the food.
yeah, you're wearing a chartreuse
I'd
gown.
like to make a fashion law check.
go right ahead.
See how I feel about this garment. Oh! I received a 23.
This is the worst, tackiest.
I take it
gown
off immediately.
So yeah, you take it off. Your regular clothes are underneath
How did
it.
this
yeah.
occur?
Yeah. You look.
Abadar, forgive me.
Yeah, it's awful.
I look rural.
To be clear, all of you was also like you had like stains and spills all over you from like all the drinking, and yeah, like even your clothes underneath are like soiled.
But surely the ones in my pack are fine.
No, you apparently at one point in time decided to use some of your spare clothes as like a bindle when you left the inn for like
Bindle?
for like half a chicken.
Like a hobo. I turn to face my friend, and I say, friend, I recall from some of our past adventures that time to time you had a spell called prestidigitation that would make people clean. Do you still have this spell, and would you be willing to give it to me now? It is of utmost importance. The fate of Ostog the Unslain, here. The fate of Arconith Theverith, here. You must save me.
It would be my pleasure.
Bing! Does it work? Are my clothes clean?
Your clothes are clean.
Drink.
These clothes.
And what about down here, Ecthelion? Do you partake?
Oh, God. Could I just literally just get like a green salad, just like vinaigrette maybe?
A young satyr comes wheeling up, and then the brownie appears and is like, "I hear you're ordering a green salad. Would you like vinaigrette with that, or
No,
would you like
Clippy,
Caesar?
no, please. I'm trying to order.
I can put in your order for you.
I don't. No,
you know?
no. I can order. I'm a grown person.
I can send
order
it
for
via
myself.
Outlook.
Actually, you know what? Could you look something up for me? Could you look something up for me real quick?
Yes, I'll bring up the search menu.
Could you-
Bring,
yes.
and it auto-populates with a bunch of search terms.
Great,
about
great.
the
Could you
thesaurus.
look up how to disable Clippy on the Microsoft website?
It says, "I'm sorry, I can't seem to find that file."
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah, just literally just like a garden salad, please.
And then it goes on to show you links about disarming a lock, disarming a trap,
Clippy.
disarming.
Okay, Clippy. Let me ask you this:
Would you like to disable a trap?
what can you tell me about your parents?
You see the Windows 94 logo up here? Would you like to know more about my parents?
So literally just a garden salad. Just a garden salad.
All right.
And I eat it.
All right. They do serve you a garden salad. And as you take your first bite, the brownie appears, and it says, "I see that you're trying to eat healthy. Would you like me to schedule your..." And then it just pops out of existence.
Finally, I'm free of that accursed orphan. And yet here I am, still wearing this chartreuse gown like some kind of wandering orphan. This must be avenged.
This must be avenged. All right. So you all many of you have enjoyed your food. And looking around, now that the curses are lifted from your eyes, and this applies to everyone except Nero down there, you still see everybody having a good time, everybody partying, the music keeps going, people keep dancing. The rest of you start to notice that the shine has kind of come off. Like, the food still looks delicious, it still looks good, it still looks, and it tastes good. But the people don't all look like they're having a great time. Many of them look like they're suffering from some terrible malady or something. Like they have like a giant ear on one side of their head and then a really tiny one on the other side. And like one of them is all blue. You can relate.
Sucks, man.
And many of them are just sitting there like staring at a mug, shaking and trembling. And you see the guy with like one really big ear. When somebody comes up and talks to him, he's like, it's quiet! And then they talk at him on the other side, and he's like, what? What? And they try and serve him food.
God, what an awful customer for a server.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Eventually they just talking behind your head and hope it just evens out. And eventually the person is like trembling, and they just look down, and you can see like a tear roll down their eye as they then drink from the mug, and their ears become normal for a while. And he just goes, and he just sits there weeping.
Pardon me, friend.
But you guys feel fine.
Pardon me, friend. I go up to the ear guy. Can you tell us what happens here? And why are you so sad?
Yes, why are you crying? Is it because you miss your parents?
He's trying to root them out.
Using clever investigatory techniques.
He's like,
interrogation tactics.
Wait, can I ask you, do you feel the same way about like orphans and typesetting?
Don't come to me, Juilliard. Don't even.
Very good, Matt.
So,
Thank you.
I was saving that joke for later, but that's fine. Steal it. The brownie would have suggested that. No, you're fine. So you're talking to this. You go up and talk to this man, and he looks like a gnome, and he just kind of looks at you, and he's just like, you know the price. They don't bring you a bill, but when you leave, you must pay.
What do you pay?
The only currency in this place. The only thing we have to pay.
Gold?
I'll say gold.
He looks utterly dejected, and he gets up to leave.
No, wait. I'm sorry. I just want to know what the price will be. Some of us have been cursed thrice over, like that one over there.
4 times, even.
4 times.
Is the price glue?
Yes.
For I shall pay it willingly.
If it is, I have very good news.
He walks to the front gate, and he just looks at you and shakes his head. And as he walks out the front gate, his ears return back to their normal size. And one of his legs is now dramatically shorter than the other, and he starts wobbling and tripping about, and he just looks down at his legs and just starts screaming, "Why this? Am I not malformed enough?"
Oh, no.
How many curses were in that box?
Couple.
He added some during the break. Oh, boy.
There's only one way.
I have slips to write more.
There's only one way to play this game, gentlemen, and that's to leave. And I get to have a good laugh at whatever new curse you get. Ha, 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 ha.
Could we perhaps ask around about Bolero, the Wayward Prince?
Good idea.
Who would you like to ask? There are like the servers, there's the other cursed.
I'll start with the
there's
waitstaff.
The waitstaff. So you like go up to a pixie that's currently like between there's like 2 pixies flittering through the air, and between them they have like a two ends of a pole, and at the bottom of it there's like a kettle of stew, and they're trying to fly it through the air, and it's spilling all over the place, and eventually they get it set down, and one of them kind of flitters off, and the other one just kind of sits there like,
Excuse me. We seek Bolero, the Wayward Prince.
yeah, what do you want? What?
Bolero, the Wayward Prince?
Oh, he never comes here.
Do you know where he is?
Phew. You don't know where Bolero is? What, are you new here?
Yes.
That would explain why you're here. Sucker.
Well, just the same, it's nice to meet you, and I hope you're doing well. But could you point us in the direction of Bolero?
Nah.
You're doing great work. We appreciate it.
Really? You haven't left yet, have you?
Well, no, but in the meantime,
Oh, yeah, all right.
I want to make sure you feel seen and appreciated.
He looks at you real funny. Do you have diplomacy or something?
Yeah.
All right.
17.
He's like, I'm working here. Bye. And he kind of flitters off. He's just like, nah. I'm not here to answer your questions. You want to go talk to the owner.
Oh, okay. So Pima will share this with the rest of the group.
Where's the owner?
That pixie didn't say. But there's a satyr currently making the rounds, offering up mugs of some sort of steaming cider.
He'll flag him down when he stops by. The owner of this place.
Hey, what do you want?
The owner. Where is he?
Here's some cider. You want to talk to the boss?
I don't want any cider. I want the boss.
You want to talk to the boss?
I want to talk to the boss.
You sure you want to talk to the boss?
You'd better listen to him. He's named after 4 different kinds of bird.
I give him a steely-eyed look. That's right. Where is he?
He does one of these.
He's up in the sky. Some sort of bird.
He's like,
I've run through all the possible permutations. He must be a bird.
Or perhaps some
he
kind
wants
of...
to talk to the boss. He talks to the boss. He's like, come with me.
All right.
Who's all going? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Sure. So he takes you out of the building, but not out of the yard. Okay? So there's like the stone wall that surrounds the building.
How's the stonework?
What?
How's the stonework?
It's pretty good. Yeah, you're stone. You're.
I'm a connoisseur.
Yeah, no, I can tell. Yeah, it's good. The grout looks a little old. It could use some tuck pointing, but otherwise it's in pretty decent shape.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Architecture degree. Give me $2. Okay. So you make your way around the back of the Wattle and Daub structure. Let's talk about the crown molding. No, so you make your way out back, and on one side there's kind of the yard where there's like the band performing and everything like that. The other side is just kind of the back of the building where there's like a big chimney and a bunch of windows, but it's not really open on that side, so there's not very many people over here. There's no seating or anything like that. And the satyr kind of takes you out there, and there's nobody back here. And he's like, go ahead, talk to the boss. And he just kind of nods at the chimney.
I'll walk over to the chimney.
The satyr, by the way, is just like, later, and he just walks away. He's just like, have fun.
Later, satyr.
He gives you a rude satyr gesture for that.
If the coarse manners of a common orphan. That was a good pun.
He was a satyr boy. He said, see you later, boy. We weren't good enough for him.
I hate you all so much. All right.
What's your name?
So you're on the back side of the building, and you're now alone back there.
Chase puts his hand on Hawk Raven's chest. Please. I'm known to make a good impression. A wise and powerful chimney. We have come from far to meet the great Bolero. Are you he?
Give me a diplomacy check.
Ooh, baby. That is going to be a 25, because that's a -5 for my Glad hand.
What did you roll?
I rolled a natty 15.
So take 15 points of damage.
Am I still cursed?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, that's right. No, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
No, you're within the confines. Yeah,
I might have
good.
just died.
No, yeah, 4 times over. No, so you go up and you talk to the chimney.
Yes.
And it's at first you're like, what the hell is the building falling down? And then you realize that the windows are like moving on the upper floor and tilting their lintels in, and the chimney itself like splits open and has like brick teeth. The entire back of the building is turning into a face.
That is wild.
Made of like plaster wood. The hair is made of the straw roof. And it says, "Who are you that seeks Bolero?" As it like grinds its brick teeth together.
We are the Thunder Company, and I will soon be King Chase Cunningham.
This place does not make kings. It kind of grins with its brick teeth. This place takes dreams.
I think we're done here.
Good day to you, Chimney.
Yeah, right, bye. No, he just kind of grins at you with his... So, to be clear, this is like the chimney is kind of from the nose and the mouth, and then the windows have turned into eyes, and the overhang roof is kind of this rough tussle straw hair. Just kind of plastered in the middle of the building, and it doesn't look like it has arms or legs or anything like that. It just looks like a giant face in the building. I give respite. Have you enjoyed your stay?
Yes, for the most part. It has been quite delicious and curse-free. But we do fear that upon leaving this respite, bad things will happen.
To us.
Yes, a price we are willing to pay if we can meet Bolero.
The bill comes due.
Can you split it 6 ways? I'm sorry, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but...
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can do that. I'll have somebody come around.
Who had the salad? Sorry.
I wasn't drinking.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to drink either.
Do you guys just want to Venmo me? I'll put it in my card.
Yeah, put it on the card. No, because then you'll get all the points. I don't want.
Well, that's the
points.
idea.
Excuse us for a moment.
Oh, great and powerful house person. Are you a person, or are you a house? Or are you a house person?
I'm the innkeep.
Great. Do you know how to get to Bolero?
Everyone knows how to get to Bolero.
Oh, well, I guess I'm feeling like quite the outsider because I don't.
He nods.
Whoa.
You are new. I mean, the whole kind of like building just kind of nods.
Oh no!
When the house starts falling, we're like, oh dear God, he's nodding again. Saturn's falling everywhere.
People fall out of the eye.
I try to Buster Keaton position myself.
Yes. We are all new, and we've had quite an enjoyable time here, and I think it's time that we be on our way. Perhaps you could point us in the right direction. Innkeep, we'll leave a good Yelp review.
Pay the bill and be on your way.
Cool. How are you with illusory wealth?
The wall on the outside on one side suddenly opens and splits, turning into an archway. And beyond it is one passageway leading off into the forest.
Walk right through the archway. Oh, this way, guys. Here it is.
So you make your way out.
Cool.
The moment you step out of the door,
Cool, yeah. Mm-hmm.
all of your curses come back.
Including the chartreuse dress?
Yeah.
No!
You look great.
And
Shut up.
you get another one.
All right.
Oh, no.
At least I'm gone from this place.
Just him, right? Sweet.
He's the only one who's left. Is anyone else leaving?
Yeah,
If
we
you
all
stay here,
leave.
you'll be fine.
Hawkraven, before he walks away, is going to say, "Let me tell you something, Brickmouth. I know a lot of good druids in these woods.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have a lot of good connections. And if you step out of line, I'm going to have somebody shut this place down before you can spit. Is there any way I could not pay the bill?" And I want to roll an intimidation check.
Oh.
Natural 20. Yeah! So 31. I'm so sorry.
I swear this almost never happens to me.
Yeah.
Rolling a 20.
He looks at you and your threat, and he stares down upon you and says, "This one's on the house." You may leave without gaining another curse, but all of your other curses do come back.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I leave.
All right. And obviously, Nero, when you leave, you don't have to pay. You never ate or drank anything.
That's why I'm so slim.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I leave too. And the minute I walk through the door, you hear a voice. Well, Chase walked through the door that time. He didn't know if it was the right decision or the wrong decision, but moving forward was the only way to go. And now whenever I draw or retrieve an item, there's a 50% chance I draw a weasel. Instead.
He is risen.
He is risen. He is risen. Long may he reign.
King has returned.
You are weasel infested.
I am weasel infested.
That's right. Yeah.
I get the bad munchkin curse. You must get as much quote unquote loot as possible. You think junk is priceless.
So you immediately just start picking up rocks and putting them in your pocket.
It's all for the party. Everything has a use. Centerpieces.
Skid, the moment you leave, Brownie appears. Hey, I see you're trying to leave the inn. Would you like to receive a new curse? A new curse has arrived in your inbox. Would you like me to archive that?
Whatever. Clippy. My new curse is anti-magger.
Anti-major.
Major. Oh, anti-major.
Like mages.
Ah.
Like mages.
Mage.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't trust magic, ellipses. Did you know that potions cause the stupefied condition?
Oh my.
Before I reveal the curse that I received, I have a question. Joe got all his curses back, right?
Yes.
So you're still ravenously hungry, right?
Yeah, I walk out. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I just ate.
Well, here's the thing
So
that happens.
goddamn hungry.
Joe, you notice a couple of things about Arconis when you come through.
You mean that he turned green, completely green?
Yes, that's the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is that he appears to be very nervous. He's sort of sweating profusely from the brow and from the armpits and all that.
Gross.
Well, you don't think so, because actually what he has is the meat sweats. Arconis smells like meat.
Oh, God.
Monsters like meat, but you probably do too.
Green meat. The most appetizing in the world.
I will not eat green meat or ham.
Arconis, I've never said this before. You
Yes?
smell amazing.
Oh, thank you. The perfume that I purchased this week was from the finest perfumery in all of the Ivy district of Absalom. It must be that. It's called Musk de Gorgon.
And he's just slowly nodding as you're talking, and you can see he's not listening to anything you're saying, and he's like, sorry.
This is very good.
Very
Very expensive.
And then he turns away, trying to
Is someone cooking?
twitching.
Chase didn't like the way that Hawk Eagle looked at Arconis. But he kept his thoughts to himself that day.
Can we hear his narrator?
Yeah.
I look
Yeah.
at Hawk Raven, and I take a step away.
And I'm just like, tell your narrator, it's Hawk Raven. He needs a better editor.
Chase never took the time to learn Hawk Eagle's name. He didn't care much about other people or horses.
So, you begin making your way down the passageway that the innkeep told you would lead you to Bolero. The passageway goes deeper and deeper into the woods. If anything, the wood is getting older. The trees are larger. They're more gnarled. Many of them have large kind of tumor-like growths on them that sometimes are split open, and these tiny little like iridescent flies are swarming through the air. The entire place feels warm, and the air has a sweet, sticky aroma of rot in it as you reach kind of the heart of the thicket. You make your way to a small clearing. This is where the path ends. And this trail is old and overgrown. It actually, the further you got down it, the harder it became to travel. There were vines and roots gnarled in your way, and it began to get dark as the canopy overhead got thicker and thicker, even though you're pretty sure it still has to be day. And you arrive at a cave entrance. However, slumbering in front of the cave entrance is a two-headed beast. It looks like a humanoid. It has like gray, leathery skin, and it has two heads, and both of them are kind of like leaning against one another, snoring. And it is this huge, just titanic beast. It's got to be like 12 feet tall if it were standing, but it's actually currently sitting. And on its lap, it has two giant spiked clubs kind of crossed over one another. And as you approach this spot, you notice that sitting on a stump right at the end of the trail, like 60 feet away from the clearing, is the crow. And he kind of looks at all of you. Amyanir knows you are meddling. She knows what you plan. That's one of her servants. I wouldn't wake him.
You know, the only thing you're meddling in is the Olympics of bad crows.
Quiet.
Sorry.
The Olympics of bad crows. Now, is that a
And you only got bronze, by the way. You're not even the worst crow. You can't even... Anyway.
Didn't get the gold medal. All right, we're moving on.
You don't want to
All
meet
right.
the gold medalist.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It didn't make any sense. She's talking in riddles.
So before you is a cave entrance. The path leads here, but in front of the cave entrance is an Etten. It's a two-headed giant. And if you wake that thing up, it might smush you.
First thing I'm going to do is hunt prey.
Okay? Sure.
I'm going to eye it up, examine it, find its weaknesses.
Currently, its biggest weakness is that it's asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we try to ambush this thing? Or do we just try to sneak by it?
Why don't you just eat him, Ravenclaw? It's all going to end up the same way anyway. We're all going to die. Eat him.
I didn't even think of that. It looks delicious.
You're currently smelling bacon, by the way.
He turns around. God. It's like, no. Stop. What do you want to do? Do you want to try to...
I'm not particularly stealthy.
Okay.
Could we coup de grace him, or you think, or you got able to get in there?
Chase starts to sweat. He reaches into his bag to grab a handkerchief and pulls out a weasel and grabs his head. This is not my area of expertise.
Musky.
We must tread carefully.
Unfortunately, if I were to walk up and coup de grace him, I think I'd immediately fall asleep.
But do you actually know that yet?
I guess I don't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I'm not stealthy, and I'm wearing heavy armor.
Yeah.
So.
So what's the plan? How are you going to get past this Etten?
I don't appear to have any spells that will
Could I try to scout the area behind him? Like get in the cave myself? Get past him
you could try
alone
that. Yeah.
and see what's back there?
Yeah, you could try that.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. What are you casting?
So I hadn't talked about it much before, but Hawkraven is he's archetyped and multi-classed.
Yeah.
So he has what's it called? He has
The Druid.
the Druid dedication.
Yeah.
So I wanted to build a ranger that had spell casting, but in order to do that, you combine it with Druid, and so you get access to some primal spells. So I'm going to cast Pest Form and turn into a rat.
All right.
A tiny animal, and just try to scurry past him.
All right. So you turn into a tiny little rat
Yes.
and attempt to scurry up past the Etten.
Yes.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Just for the sake of the visual picture, it's a tiny little green rat.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
It is a little grain rat. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah, you're not getting out of that.
And
yeah.
his little nose is twitching like crazy at the smell of meat.
Yes. I didn't even think about that part. I was like, yeah, even if I fail the stealth check and he wakes up, he's just going to think it's a rat.
Yeah, except
This
for the
guy's
fact
gonna
that you're green.
When he sees it's green, he's going to be like, something's up with this rat. Damn it. Okay. So correct me if I'm reading this right. I get a plus 10 to stealth
Yep.
flat for the rat.
Yeah.
My natural stealth is plus 14, so I just take the higher one,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
27.
The Etten's still asleep.
All right.
And you scurry up into the cave.
Okay. Is there anything I see in that first 30
So the cave
feet or
looks
so?
like it starts to it looks like it's a tunnel winding down into the earth, probably to some larger chamber down below. You can hear somewhere down below you can hear what sounds like weeping or wailing
Okay.
coming from somewhere down in the depths.
Okay.
Yeah, the Etten is guarding the cave entrance. I mean, you don't really see another way in.
Okay. How about could I try to scurry back out of the cave?
Yeah, sure.
Off into the woods.
Yeah.
Next to it, right? So if
Yeah.
the party's looking at the cave, and
Yeah.
I imagine there's some woods off behind
Yeah,
the
sure.
Etten, right?
Yeah.
Could I try scurrying back there and use my cloak of Elvenkind to cast Ghost Sound
Ah, I see. So
in the
you're-
woods
you're
off
trying
to
to create
his
some
side to
sort
try
of
to draw
distraction.
him away from
All
the
right.
mouth of the cave?
Give me another stealth check.
Okay. I hate rolling. I'm so angry. That is a 22.
All right. You sneak past the Etten again and
Okay.
back off into the woods, and you use Ghost Sound. What sound are you making?
I'm gonna make this like a large grunting, like the sound of a large beast. of some
Okay.
kind. Just like,
All right, so everybody else hears this large grunting beast sound off in the woods. Going to roll a perception check to see if he spots the party. The Etten stands up, grabs his clubs, and goes charging off into the woods. Oh,
yeah, buddy.
We bolt into the cave.
That's what I figured. All right.
And then I think one more stealth check. I mean, he's a little distracted, but
he stomps right past you. I'm not going to worry about it.
Great.
You're so small and in the underbrush, he's not going to see you.
Great.
So the rest of you start making your way towards the cave. Brownie pops up and says, I see that you're about to enter a cave. You should probably engage some light. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see.
I can take care of it.
Did you bring your flashlight?
Damn it.
I told you to pack a survival pack.
Oh,
There's a
right.
flashlight utility on your phone. Did you bring your phone? No. All right. Anyway.
All right.
So
we get into the cave, and he will come out of pest form.
Yeah. All right.
Back in normal form.
So you all make your way into the cave, and as you begin winding down deep into the earth, you begin to hear a wailing, crying wail. Making your way down into the depths, you find that you must be underneath the root structure of a giant tree. And the roots of this tree cascade down one wall, the far wall of this cavern. And they come up the other side, and they kind of go down along the floor, and they come to the middle of the chamber where the roots kind of well up from the ground. And there you see a man. Oh. But he's a man only from about the waist up. He looks like he's he looks like a cross between a gnome and a dwarf. He's got big stocky features like a dwarf, but this shock of like green and yellow hair kind of swirling out from his head. But from the waist down, he has just roots and brambles and branches that go down and are bedded into the ground. He can't move. He's stuck exactly where he's at. He has no feet.
Bolero.
He just keeps wailing and crying.
Oh, man. Hey, Chase.
Yes.
I want to go make an impression on this guy.
That's my specialty.
Stand back, everyone. Let Chase do his work.
Long ago, my grandmother, Marjorie Cunningham, would read me bedtime stories about the great North Treeman. Bolero, I am Chase Cunningham, soon to be king of this land.
You owe me your fealty.
Why do you cry?
Bad opening statement.
Is it because you are both gnome and dwarf, north and tree? Tell me why. Oh, God. Even number.
Okay.
But that's going to be a 16 to make a first impression.
Yeah, you don't do a very good job. He continues to wail and cry, and he ignores you.
May I?
Please.
Bolero, we have come a great distance to ask you a most important question. I don't suppose you have any wine or beer or snacks or anything?
I packed a snack pack in your backpack.
Ooh! I just eat that. And walk away. Because, just to be clear, I just want to get wasted and have a good time. Just.
Yeah, no, just that.
Nothing else.
Yeah, no, the rest of this seems, I mean, you're
I'm
going
not
along
going-
with it because there's nowhere else to go.
Nice.
Nero's going to kind of quietly cast Charm on Bolero.
Oh, interesting.
DC 25.
Well, at least he did it quietly.
I critically succeed.
Oh, no. You know what that means? Target is unaffected and aware that I tried to charm it.
Yeah. He suddenly stops crying, and he locks his gaze upon you. Tears still, like, running down his cheek, but you can tell he's no longer crying. He looks fierce and angry. Who are you who would come into my sanctuary and disturb my contemplations?
Don't talk to me that way, tree man. I am Nero Goodfence, slayer of Bloodwing.
I am Bolero, and I am the master of this place. And roots begin rumbling down out of the ceiling, reaching and grasping at all of you. And they come just within inches of you. And you can tell that despite the fact that they're roots, like just the touch of them, they're razor sharp.
Okay. Nero pees a little.
We seek to destroy Omnir.
Amyanir.
He stops, and you see him. He goes, Amyanir. How dare you speak her name in my presence?
She has taken the soul of our king.
She has taken everything.
And we'll wed him unless you help us.
No! He rages, and all the roots just, like, shimmer and shake and twist and spin, and they all suck back up into the roof, and he becomes very small. He just kind of
Shrinks
shudders
into
down.
himself.
She will take another. It will never be me.
It doesn't need to happen.
That is her curse. It's how I first met her.
Oh, tell us more.
She came into the shop. Me and my brother, Dormaran, were cobblers. We made shoes in Nithvale. She came to us for her first wedding. She just wanted slippers. Me and my brother, we swore we would make her the best slippers the world had ever seen.
Do you consider
The world was new.
Do you like open-toed slippers or closed-toe?
He looks at you.
I think it's
I
important.
have not made shoes since before your kind walked the earth.
How long have you been here?
I've been cast out forever. My brother and I both made her a pair of shoes. His were finer. He was more skilled. He had more practice. I rushed. I wanted to see her so badly. But my brother's shoes were better. I knew it. He knew it. So I hit him in the head with my hammer. The blood-stained slippers did not appease her, and she sent me here. I can never go home. Well, perhaps one day home will come to me. For it moves every month, and it never comes here, and I cannot go to it. He looks down at the roots. I'm here forever. What do you want?
A very annoying bird told us that in perhaps 1,000 years, the traveling city of Nithvale would re-arrive in this location. And if you wish your queen to be unwed by the time she reappears, so that you may have another chance at matrimony, you must tell us how to find Nithvale by the time the next new moon shows.
It'll be a classic groom swap.
Take it from me,
Done it 100 times.
even the best planned wedding can be disrupted by the slightest interference.
On that you are correct. All you must do is object, and she will marry another.
I object. Are we done? Does that?
If you could do so here, I would have done so already. You say Nithvale will come here in 1,000 years. Would you like to know how many years it was last year? 1,000 years. Would you like to know how many years it was the year before that? 1,000 years. Would you like to know how many years it will be next year?
1,000 years?
1,000 years. It will always be 1,000 years.
So it's like the New York Jets. They're always 2 years away from having a good season.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's
The next
very
2
similar.
years,
Yeah,
it's always
like-
2 years away.
It's always 2 years
This draft
away.
pick will really...
Yeah,
okay.
no, yeah. So
Structuring this year, yeah.
this party's going to get great after 2 more beers.
I'm sorry, beers?
He looks at all of you and he goes, yes. It's part of my gift. I always know where Nithvale will appear. That way I always know how far or close I am from home.
Speak plain, tree man. We have traveled far, fought flamingos, lost beautiful horses along the way. Tell us what to do.
What do we do? Just please tell us what to
Is there any?
How many horses have to die before we stop this wedding and save the king? Me!
Before we save me, the king.
Bolero looks to all of you and he goes, yes, I can tell you where Nithvale will appear. I learn of its location the morning of the new moon. Balls. And you will have one day to reach it. And that is where I'm concluding part 2 of the wedding of Ostog the Unslain.